All right, now we'll check. Make sure the YouTube sees me. That's fine. There we go. Now we're good to go. Hey everybody, how we doing? Sorry for the raspiness in the voice. Not feeling too well the past week. Kids are getting sick at school. They bring it home. I get it. So that's, life as dad. Anybody who's out there as dad or mom, you can understand what that is like. So yeah, I've been AWOL for the last about month. Things got a little bit crazy here. So hello to the UK. Things got a little crazy here where I'm at. So I had to focus on work as it was going 7 days a week for quite a few weeks. And I did not really feel up to streaming on the weekends and the evenings because I'd just been at work all day long. And last thing I want to do is really get in front of a camera or even stream. Way too tired for that. So I'm trying to get back. This weekend, next weekend should be fine. We're going camping the next weekend. Scouts is in full swing as well. So I am running both our older Scouts and our younger Cub Scouts here. So that takes up a great portion of my time as well, which is super fun. Love hanging out with all the kids, love the camping, love teaching them things, but it takes a lot of time to plan all the different events and camp trips and organize things. So if any of you are into Scouts, you'll know exactly what I mean with how busy it can get and how consuming it can become. But yeah, so that has been a lot of what I'm working on, but I've been doing other projects as well. Just haven't really been up to streaming. So the one thing that I teased, might have been a few months ago, might have been more recently than that, was the Lego sorter. You can buy them online. Like boutique ones are like literally $600 a piece. You can buy some smaller DIY type ones that people just kind of cut and you assemble for about $150 to $200 on Etsy about. So I went ahead and designed and made my own, and I have one of the slats here to show. This is the largest one that I made. So these are 2.5-inch holes because I didn't have any hole saw bigger than that. So 2.5-inch holes kind of arranged in a grid. I just used some like 1x type material. It's 19 mil by 44 mil tall, and then just cut all that to fit. Finished it with a polyurethane, and it's nice and smooth. And what you do is a bunch of these stack up, and they're all progressively smaller holes. 2.5 inches the largest, goes all the way down to 1/2 inch. So every 1/2 inch it increments. Pour your Lego in there, you shake them all together, and then they just kind of work their way down the stack, and then you just sort each layer, take the layer off, sort the next layer. Each layer gets progressively longer because you can expect not a whole lot gets stuck up here except for like MERPs and burps, things like that. And the 3D print part of this is here. So my registrations are TPU with just some double-sided 3M tape on there. So this is what has each layer can kind of nest in each the next one down and not move around. So they're nice and tight in there. Was able to get that done, and it worked out really, really well. Actually, my wife and I sorted almost the entire Lego collection. I think we have a little bit more to go, but yeah, I've got about 200,000 pieces, 250,000 pieces, maybe about. So we were able to sort down all of those because all of my old Lego plus the sets that my kids have destroyed. So now that they are categorized into roughly 10 to 12 categories, we tell our kids, okay, what do you want to build? And then we will help them find those parts in the new bins so they can rebuild some of the sets that they've really wanted to rebuild. So that took, to build that was about 30 hours of labor, between cutting everything, sanding everything. That took a long time. Well, layout took forever because I got the wood cut to size. I just bought the 6 mil plywood at the big box store. They cut it down to size for me. And then laying out all the grids where all the holes were going to go, drilling all the holes, sanding them all down, then building all the frames, sanding the frames down, polyurethaning, and then 3D printing those corner pieces, that was using Amazon Basics TPU, which works really, really well. It's also crazy dry here right now. I get down to 15% humidity. We're up to 31% right now, which is pretty high for right now. It's really dry. So I can have the TPU out for days and it doesn't absorb any moisture at all. All of my bins down here, I went through and redid all of the desiccant in those one evening. One of my kids, actually two of my kids were helping me. I was on a weekend day actually, because a couple of them came in. I've got my big bucket of desiccant up top on the shelves there, and I emptied all the old ones into some other sacks that I need to then dry and then put back in the bucket. But I put all new desiccant. All of those bins are sitting at about 8 to 10% humidity, which is spot on. It's really what I wanted. I also have some rechargeable desiccant things. You actually plug them into the wall and they heat themselves, and you set them for about 10 hours and they recycle or dehydrate. I don't know what the word is called for whenever you pull moisture out of desiccant. But anyways, I recycled them, put them all in, put them back in. Again, all the humidity came down really well on all the filaments, so that's great. Try to keep those all real dry. Rainy season's coming up, so it's gonna get super humid here, and that's not going to be the case for long. I've done a lot of design work as well recently. So let me see if I can pull up real quick. Let me just pull up Fusion. Because I made them all in Fusion. So for that Lego sorter, I wanted to make labels for the side. You don't need labels for the drawer for each of those trays, I'm going to call them. You really don't need it, but I've got a 3D printer, and why not do it? So waiting for this to load up. That one, yeah, that one. Okay. So I went ahead and designed labels to match the Lego font. And I did that with a Lego font generator that I found online. So you can just type in whatever you want and it spits it out like this. And then you can download the PNG. And then I put the PNG through put it through here. So this is just a converter. So PNG to SVG. Then I imported the SVG, oh, it had to update, SVG into Fusion 360. And then I came out with these guys here. So I'll just pull one up here. And this is for the 5 different layers that I have in the sorter. I went ahead and just made some layered, these will be layered prints. So these will just be change on Z type of deal. So red, yellow, black, and then white. And I just have to, I didn't really size them appropriately yet. I still need to size them to be about 35 mil. Right now, these are 43 mil. So I just got to scale them down just a little bit. I'll do that in the slicer. I'm not going to worry about doing it here in the design because the design doesn't matter. The size, because I'm going smaller, it's not going to pixelate or get anything weird. Excuse me. So yeah, so I made, obviously you can see here the 5 different ones, and then here is the corner bracket that I made for that. Oh, I also made a cooler stopper. I did that a little while back. But yeah, so that's what I had done. This took about an evening to design all those. I mean, it's easy enough with an SVG. Pull the SVG in and then just extrude. So it took me maybe 2 hours, an hour and a half to do all 5 of those, then color code them. But I also did extrude them as bodies so that I will eventually publish them. And if you wanted to, you could do them all on a multicolored printer. And you could even do it as a flat thing as well. I might re-upload them as flat as well, so that if you have a multi-material machine like a Bamboo or a Prusa multi-material or a Mosaic palette, you can do the different colors all in one flat layer. I did not want to do that. I guess I could. I have the palette, but I'm just going to do the stacked for now. Unless I change my mind, because I'm out of black and white filaments. So I have a tiny, tiny bit of black. It won't be enough to even do one, I don't think. So I've ordered black and white filament. That's on its way. That's what I use like Patreon money for, is to buy more filament so I can do things like that. Again, do I need to do those? No. Is it good content? Yes. So why not? I think that's really been the bulk of my 3D printing. I still have the chest here, that guy, that I have not painted, and I have not done the internals for yet, so I need to print those at some point. I have some filament in the dryer right now that I will probably use to do that, and then I will do some more airbrushing. Yeah, so tonight I only have until I only have the hour because I'm meeting up with my wife and kids to watch a show. So I have just my hour tonight. So what I'm going to do is I've got my Mark 3S here, and the new beds came in finally. Took a while. Funny enough, I got 2 of these. So I guess some glitch in the matrix happened, and it says I ordered it twice, but like 2 separate orders. They both have the same order number, and I was only charged once, but yet this one showed up alongside a totally separate package right here for another one. So I got 2 of them for the price of 1. So cool. I'll take that as a big win for me. These are the FISEC clone beds, I believe they are. I've used them on multiple other printers. This is still my original one. I'm going to show you why we're replacing this bed, because of a short that happened, which I've never seen before. A lot of other people said they had not seen it before. I'm sure it's not the first time it ever happened. It's just people don't see it very often. And I will show you guys what that looks like here in a moment. But yeah, it already comes with a 3D printed cable holder deal there. So that's all done, and all I have to do is install it. But again, this bed is, I got the Prusa in it was either 2016, I think it was fall of 2016 is when I got this. So it is now, what's that, 6 years? 7 years old, really? Wow, it's been, is that really 16 to 17 to 18, 19 to 20, 21, 22, 23? Yeah, 7 years. Wow. This thing has a lot of hours on it, a lot of time. I mean, it's got, I don't know if I ever replaced the board on this one. I've replaced the power supply on this. I've replaced multiple parts of the extruder before. I've replaced several different fans. Yeah, I've done a lot to this. I've done all new bearings on it as well because they were getting a little creaky. But again, they had several thousand hours on. It was time to refresh a little bit. And the bed is just the next thing. We got Justin 3D asking, is it the one where the copper traces are exposed? I'll tell you the paint them with nail polish minded. Oh, I did not want to do that. I had heard about painting it. I didn't even reach out to support. Again, it's a 7-year-old printer. I don't expect them to even talk to me about a 7-year-old printer. So if it happened once, that means it's going to happen somewhere else. And I'd rather not mess with electricity in that way. So I'm just going right ahead with the replacement. I got a cough. Hang on a second. Okay, man, some water here. But yeah, but there, it's almost, it's cooked. It's pretty cooked. Let's switch here to this guy, and I'm gonna move it for a second. So if you get motion sick, don't look. But you can see right there is where those traces had been exposed. This happened during a print, and even though here, you can see right there, it's starting again. Again, this bed has had the plate put on hundreds of times. So I'm gonna put the thing back now. The bed's been removed so many times on this. I think it's okay to just swap it out. You know, it is time. Which is fairly simple to do all of this. I just did bearings on, what was that? Oh, that was on Optimus Prime last month. So that was quite a lot. Is the camera refocusing? Can you stop that? This is that little BenQ camera that's not really all that great, honestly. I recorded a video using it. Oh, that's actually the video I recorded. I recorded swapping out the bearings on Optimus Prime with this camera, and I still need to edit that. How many days does mine have? I have no idea. I've redone the firmware on this so many times. I don't know if even it would be accurate anymore. I mean, this buddy was my workhorse for quite a long time. I sold my Prusa Mark 2.5S with a Pi 3, put the money towards a bamboo P1S combo. Oh, okay, did a bamboo route. Hey Nadab, how you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. So we're gonna pick that up, slide it back here. We're just gonna set that out of the way, and of course one of those came with it. Then we're gonna get the new guy. Try to set this down without moving any of the other parts. Like that. Here we go. It's as simple as putting these all back on. Yeah, I've tried reaching out to Bamboo to see if they would send a printer my way, but it's been nothing but crickets. I sent them like 2 or 3 emails a couple months ago, and then I gave up. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Shane. Yes, Aaron, new bed, because the traces on the other one were starting to be exposed. So I had read somewhere, and someone here suggested, you know, just painting them with nail polish, but I would rather be on the safe side and just spend the $50 on a new bed. Okay, so we're going to do middle. We're going to go around the star. So we'll do an X. Recalibrate at the bed install. Yeah, I got to recalibrate, because a new bed could be different. And we'll run through that tonight. And the last screw right there. Nice and solid. Okay, so now for the fun part, gotta do the electronics now. All right, I need some snips, which I got right here. Okay, snip the old zip tie out. And we gotta take out the, here's the temperature probe. Is that one? Get my fingers to it. There we go. And I need the Phillips. One, 2. All right. We get the new temperature probe. Which goes right there. We got our new. Oh shoot! I didn't look at the positive and negative on this. It doesn't matter, but I like to do it just because. Got so it goes here. I never did like the electronics enclosure on the Prusa. I mean, it opens inwards to the printer. I mean, things are just in the way. There's zero cable management of it. Another big pain in the butt. This around. Okay. All right, so there's those in now. Cable manage it like that. Cable manage that. All right, let's get this closed up. Oh, it needs zip tie. Hang on. Come on. Come on. Such a pain. Can you just... It's literally like one of the worst enclosures. Way. There's that. Snip, snip. Okay. What just fell? I don't know. All right, we'll close the enclosure up. All the cables in. And nope, there's a cable there. To the inside of the screw, please. There we go. Looks pretty good. Okay. So there's that. Oh, there's a bunch of questions. Sorry. Where are we at here? Do you think it's worth the upgrade 3.5 or 3.9? The bed has... Aaron said there's a new model out for it. Let's go to the site. I don't think I would ever do it though. I mean, I'd have to really be bored. Oh, it does make a lot more space in there. And a space for a pie, it looks like, maybe. But just more space for cable management. I like that. That's not too bad, Aaron. We'll keep that open for right now. All right. Now we got to get some power. Do I have an extension here? So let's just go like this. Come around here, like this, and turn it on. All right. So we're gonna go to calibration. We'll just do the wizard. Is someone loaded? No. Please load filament first. Okay, let's preheat that. Get a bed on here. And let me grab some filament. I've got a nice yellow here, Hatchbox yellow. Okay. So let's go to amp. All right, we'll let that run its calibration out. Why not do a test of it? Oh, the other thing I still want to do is I've got the V0 sitting here. So actually, we could take a look at that tonight. I'm not going to get to it, I don't think, but wouldn't hurt looking at it. Move this down to the far end here. Tools, and then this is all my Scout stuff I've been working on. Lots there to do. And then I gotta unplug the power. Need the power in, don't I? No, I can do it without. Here is my Wii V0. So I'm just gonna cut this filament. Take it out later. This is ABS. I'd printed, what did I print out of ABS? Printed something recently. I needed it to be strong, so I printed out ABS. I don't remember what it was anymore. It wasn't terribly recent, but it was recent enough. But anyways, this guy, I'm gonna do this. The thing of this thing being closed, let me get the other camera here going. There we go. So this is a bit of a pain, honestly, to deal with. And then I've got parts in here. It's fine. But having to take this off is not the funnest thing. I mean, it's nice that like the nuts are captured in there, but like you have to move them all and whatnot. So I just have to loosen the top ones here. I can slide out that panel. I mean, it is a super slick and compact build. Like, not the greatest cable management, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So, some of the things I need to do is I'm gonna have to trace out for this fan is fine. I think it is. But all of the hot end fans need to come out. Like, they all need replaced. They are horrible, horrible, horrible fans. So what I'm going to do with that is let me go grab my new fans. Don't do that. Got a couple different ones that came in the mail like a month ago. So I've got, these are the two blowers. So we've got some new blower fans. You focus on these? Probably not, because this camera sucks. Anyways, these are 0.42 amp ones, Delta fans with god awful small cables. So those are going to need to be lengthened for sure. So there's those two. And then I got a few different 30 mil ones. So I've got these Sun-Ons, which are 0.69 watts. And then I've got, I don't even know why I bought two different kinds. We'll do a test. And then I've got these Mectronics, which are 0.13 amps. They're both, oh wait, no, these are 5 volt. These ones are 12 volt. That's why I bought these. These ones are 12 volt. I forget what it is on there. But, yeah. All right, that's still running. So, sadly, there's also no, like, easy way to get the top hat off and out of the way. So that's why I'm kind of, like, dreading on diving into this, because there's a lot. It's a very small and compact build, so getting to everything is tough. So we've got fan 0, which is the double fans, and then we've got fan 1, which is the hot end fan. So these are the guys that need replaced. So probably gonna have to pull the extruder apart mostly. I think I'm gonna have to take the top hat off. Don't really see any other way. So let's just loosen up these guys. Just tighten these ones back up. Slide that off. Okay. So we've got some space. The thudding in the background is the, what's call it? That's the Prusa. Just doing all of its checks. So that guy is set for 5 volts, but I think we should do a test and maybe run a 12 volt fan instead. So I got my bench power supply here, which is set to 110 volt. Like that, and then I need to find some power for it. I don't have any at the moment. It's easily accessible. Down here though. So this will have to come here. I actually don't know what the power is that I have that printer set to. So let me check the power. I have 220 and 110 in the office, so I have to be careful when I plug the electronics in to know which circuit I'm on. Let me just do a quick AC check of this power cable. 110, sweet. Okay, so we can leave this set to 110. Plug this in. And this is gonna get super sketchy super quick. Okay, let's continue to run. So we're gonna turn on our power and voltage, we're gonna go down to 5 volts. Okay. And 5 volt fan here. Doesn't move a ton of air. Yeah, not much air at all. It is quiet though, which is great. So let's pull this guy out. So this is now the 12-volt fan. Come on. Man, the cables on these guys though are absolutely tiny. Okay. So do positive, negative. Man, this guy cooks. This is supposed to be 5 volts. Oh wait, no, I screwed that up. This is the 5-volt fan. And this guy cooks. It's, if you guys can hear the hum of that. It's not too bad. So let's turn that off. Now let's get, this is 12-volt fan. So that was my mistake. I put 5 volts on a 12-volt fan. No wonder why I wasn't doing anything. Let's jack this up to 12 volts. Definitely doesn't move as much fan. Doesn't move as much air. It's the 5-volt version. It's a little bit quieter though. Now, how does it sound? It's, you know, at 5 volts, it doesn't do jack. Let's go back to 5 volts. And let's check this guy out one more time. That's 5 volts. Yeah, it definitely moves more air. Definitely does that. So I think this little guy is going to be the winner. That's who we're going to go with. Unplug this, and we can put the bench power supply. Need to clean the nozzle real quick on the Prusa. It's kind of hard to do that when it's cold. There we go. Quick one done. Is the bed installed? Yes. Remove the steel bed. Okay. Set this here. Okay. Okay. So, well, that works. I need to figure out how to take this apart appropriately. I wonder if I just take off the front bolts. Is not enough. So we got to take off all this as well, I think. Oh, there's one here that needs to come out. Here needs to come out. Whoa, where'd you come from? You came from there. get the motor out of the way here. There's probably a better way to do this. I just don't know what it is. Oh shoot, where'd that little guy go? There you are. Okay. So yeah, I gotta snip a bunch more zip ties here. I also have not done the input shaping on this printer with the built-in, there's the AXL whatever number is on there. I've not done that. Okay, so we're loose. Got some absolutely teeny tiny ones there to take out, and then to finish removing these bolts. So I can get the hot end out. That's going to be fun to deal with. God, I should have took that filament out. That's fine. All right, so these guys just like slide in here, I think. These fans go. So there's one out. Oh, cool. Wasn't supposed to happen. I had the cable break off that one. Cool. It's going to be an absolute debacle. So we get this, just sit back there, and then have to pull all of these out. These cables back into here. 20 more minutes. I'm not going to finish this in 20 minutes. But that's okay. Okay, there's all the fans out. So this gives me a way forward on cable length, which is great because these guys only have a very short cable. So I know exactly where to cut, and I'm going to give them just a little bit more length than normal. Where's that other red cable at? Come on. You get out of the way. These guys I'll just cut here to reuse for those guys. And then this one here, same deal. Pull a little bit. I'll do a smidge extra. There we go. So that's my cable. That's the old fan. That's the old fan. That's the old fan. Now I have the 3 new fans here. There's one cable ready. Let's get these guys all ready. So I'm just stripping the wires back because we're going to have to splice the wires in. Okay, there's all those ones ready. Now, those ones are prepped. These ones are not. So I need to snip off the ends there. One. And two. Okay. Shift that. You guys are gonna go away. This is trash. I'm gonna go get my soldering iron. I did also treat myself recently to a new soldering iron. I had the plug-in Weller for, again, I've had that thing for about 12 or 14 years now. So I went ahead and bought the Ryobi, the smaller Ryobi battery-powered one. The bigger one was too much money for basically a sponge, and this is like, I don't know, $8, $5 on Amazon. I think I'm going to print something to attach this to it. I think that'll be cool. But in the meantime, this is where I'm at. And it's at temperature. Like, it gets up to temperature so quick compared to my old one. And it fits all the old Weller bits. So I have like my press fitting bits. It fits all that with no issue. Let me get the... I also got a new helping hand station. Got this guy here. It has the light as well, but I left the light up on the desk because I don't need it right now for this. But I do need my little stools over there. It's fine. Let's do this guy first. Single cable. Oh, heat shrink. Hang on, I need heat shrink. That is many little bits in here. Heat shrink catalog. Never have enough heat shrink if you're building printers. Trust me, never have enough heat shrink. Get a little scissors and lighter. Okay, so we can just I am going to 3D print a little fan for this guy that go on one of the hands, and that way it kind of pulls it away. That is definitely on my radar to do. But it's just one of those I'll get to it projects, you know? We all have those. Yeah, I'll get to that one day. Okay, and then we're going to put a piece of black string tubing down, red string tubing down. Now we just can join. There's the red done. Black done. Just gotta pour shrink tubing up over those joints and hit it with a little bit of fire. Okay, and that's one fan done. Now we'll get the double fans. Tin the wires. And then to do this, I need to get the other guy. Get them all here. Just tin them all at once. Although I need to be like different angles. There we go. They're all kind of bunched together. It makes it really hard to tin them. 1, 2, 3, 4. just grab, just pair these off. Okay, so, oh, I need heat shrink tubing, piece of black, piece of red. We can get these on somehow. Let's see here. Okay, there's black. And there's red. Looking great. And the Prusa is ready for the next step. I'll do that after I finish this cable. Okay, there's one side done. Sort of tinned. And then tin this side. Now we can, oh, I need heat shrink tubing. Piece of that. Piece of this. Okay, now we can join them. Can you go this way? Looks good. Can you bend the other way? There we go. That one looks good. Okay, turn that guy off. Can now pull the heat shrink up. And fire! 1 and 2. All right. All the fans are ready to go. Let's take a look at the Prusa now. You get out of the way. Steel sheet. Okay. So this is cooling down. Need that out of the way now. And I got 10 minutes left. All right. So we're gonna move soldering station stuff down here, out of the way. And see if I can run this real quick. So all our fan connections to go down here. Plug them in. So we've got fan 0 there. One underneath of it. All right, yeah, that should be the way it goes. Okay, now I'm gonna do the first layer on that. So this guy, this fan comes in this way, it sits in there like that. We have one of the fans pushes in, and pushes that cabling down out of the way. Like that. Sweet. Their fan comes in. And this. I'm gonna go like this. Pushes in. Also like that. Now we can Set the hot end back in. Put our 2 bolts in. Something small just fell. I don't know what it was though. This wasn't important. I need to go find some small zip ties. Some teeny tiny baby ones. Which means I'm gonna grab a whole rack of them. I just have a cup of zip ties on my desk for whatever I need. And I have some fairly small ones down at the bottom. Which are super duper tiny. So we're just going to do that to keep that out of the way. Get another one this way. Get the fan cables and the hot end cables. I'm going to have to pay attention to the Prusa here in a second. So let me just, it's going to do first layer, and I need to do the whole adjust the first layer bit. Just doing the first layer here, trying to get it kind of perfect. Feels pretty good to me. That's pretty good right there to me. Okay, so let's get these into the cable management deal here. All of you need to go into this thing. Where did my motor go? Oh, the motor fell down there. I was like, this is really light. So I'm actually going to start from the bottom here. Get these pushed in. Doing this loom while it's already in is not ideal, but I don't want to disconnect all the wires and then have to pull them all. So we're just going to put it most of the way in and then pull it up here. Whoops, nope, I missed a wire. Try this again here. Come on. There, get them in like there. Now come up here. Okay. I have this like, I think they call it like textile sleeving for Prusa. Like it's nice that it like helps with rubbing and things like that, but I'm not gonna lie, it can be a pain to put together, like to get the wires in there properly. I mean, it's just me that feels that way, but like, come on. Oh, what the? Come on. Almost to the end here. Okay. Cool. So, now the big question is how in the world to get all this back in. pull some of these cables a bit. No, not like that. There we go. Just tighten that up a bit. So you have to come out here like that. You have to go out like that. For this to slot in here like this. This screw pulling you together. This screw here. Make sure not to pinch any wires. And then, are you supposed to have a screw? You're supposed to have a little one, I think. There we go. Now we can get the motor back in there. And the AXL, all these cables have to come down here. You gotta come down here. For the cable management part of this deal. Go into, oh my goodness. Get down there. Pull that a little bit. The Zero is a god-awful tiny printer. So it's definitely trying to get everything in its proper place where it should be. There we go. Just cross threading a little bit. Okay, and then now the front two. He's going to the actual chassis itself. Oh man, my back is sore now from bending over this little thing, even though it's up on the table. Whoo-wee. Tuck this back in here. Add a little bit. Okay. Pull this guy a little bit. Perfect. Now I need one more zip tie to go right round one of these cables. Just right there. Do one more right above it to hold the doohickey there. And yeah, that's that done. At 8. So all I have to do now is button it back up and make sure it works. So the Prusa calibration print happened. So bed is working as it should now. And I can get back to printing with this because I have a couple things I want to print that I really want to be accurate, and I want them to be printed on the Prusa. So yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. Need to get going now. But yeah, so next week will be something else new. I got 2 things done tonight. Thought I was going to do 1, but great. So I will deal with the aftermath of putting that guy back together later. Thank you all for joining in. If you want to support and do anything like that, there's links down below. Otherwise, thanks for just hanging out, and I will see you all next weekend. So happy printing, and see you later.